I played like. He likes getting up in the middle, getting nasty, and I'm looking forward, and I've been dying to see somebody go up the middle because that middle is just it's a brunch. It's like a buffet up there, just of people, and it's a great for run through for Damien.
Yeah, and the way that this field is stacked, we were surprised that more people weren't playing up there in that center of the field. And it was a major on Crimian, didn't get in the box, and yeah, that's just an unfortunate turn of events for if you're a Seattle Thunder fan. But it's Corey Field, Jack Crimian, the culprits walking off the field. This game is brought to you by CPX Sports Challenge Park Extreme. And man, you want to talk about an awesome place to play. As you know, it's one of the places that Infamous plays when they get a chance to get out there and scrimmage. And good facility, great spot. They have an amazing big game coming up, Living Legends. One of the best in the business all the way around. Those guys do such a great job at the
Amazing.
field.
And they're so cool. They're so nice people. If you're in Chicago, go to CPX.
Yeah, you got to go to CPX if you're in it's even worth, honestly, like you want to talk about a fun adventure, like you can go and stay in that area, go play that big game. They have great tournaments there. We're having our event there, third event. Chicago is always one of the best events of the year. It's just really stand-up job by those guys at CPX for sure.
Yeah, I can't really say enough. I mean,
they're doing a great job. So let's check it out here in the pits. And it's Thunder. Yeah, Thunder trying to get something going here. Todd, you're Thunder. You just got 2 majors. You're sitting on 3 players playing this point. And for the next 2 minutes, what are you going to do?
Well, we saw yesterday when I can't remember who it was. I think it was Aftershock started with 3 guys. They tried to get wide and got chopped up. So the best play that they did was to get just to those first 2 bunkers, the Temple one and that stand-up can, and then send somebody up the middle. And this is what I want to see here. Infamous again, sending Damian Ryan up in the middle. You know, wondering if he was going to stop.
Todd, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt, but I thought I saw a beacon on Drew Templeton's head cross field.
No, I saw that.
About to see a penalty.
Yeah, I saw that too, but Drew Templeton in there alive, cutting through the inside of the field right now. He's going to light somebody up in the back of the head. And that was number 1, Tommy Tucker, taking it in the side as Infamous, able to capitalize, get another point with still 106 and 132 left on those major penalties. So, I mean, if Infamous keeps attacking like this, shooting people on the break, then, I mean, this game could be 7-0 before the second guy gets out of the box.
It kind of helps that there's only 3 guys in the field, though, too.
Yeah, that definitely does help. That always makes you look like a superstar when you're playing 5-on-3. And we're going to be right back after this. Don't go anywhere.
Ever wonder how your order gets from ansgear.com to you? Using our fast and efficient processing method, your purchase is pulled, verified, and shipped to your door quickly and accurately. Every order is checked for accuracy 3 times before it leaves the warehouse. With your choice of free shipping on orders over $100 to next day, Saturday, or international shipping options, you get the products you need sooner and at an affordable price to get you back in the game. Shop now at ansgear.com.
Here we go, Infamous getting ready to roll. Coming out 2-0 is the score, and this is not the start that Corey Field wanted his team to have this year. They had penalties. I spoke to him, and he's like, we know we got to cut the penalties out. My guys are been training. We're gonna look good. They're like CEP. They cut the fat out, and really just are picking the hardest guys they possibly can get to play the game for them. The guys that are down to play a lot of paintball, that are down for the grind, essentially, just straight up down for the grind.
Yeah. And, some new digs for the season. Got some new jerseys. Switched their team colors up from the black and red to the
new logo.
Lime,
cool new logo.
Green looking, sort of greenish, and then clouds from the northwest gray. A dark and gloomy.
It's kind of appropriate because it looks like their jerseys is like a quasi-rainy sky, from Seattle. It's gray, but it's blue. They get up there sometimes, and it's like, is it going to rain? Oh, yeah, it's going to rain. So here we go. Just 3 players still, and there's about a minute left on one of those major penalties and a minute and 23 seconds on the other. Seattle loses one of those players, and it's not looking good. Burton Tuttle and Tommy Tucker, only players left alive on the field.
Yeah, and here you have Kevin Rudolph coming into the snake, going all the way down to the other side. Tommy Tucker again gets shot in the back out of that Temple one. Just one body left alive in that Dorito side corner. Burton Tuttle, number 21, and he's going to take it and run off the field as quickly as he can. I mean, they still only burned 33 seconds off that penalty, so 33 on one and a minute left on another.
And against a team like Infamous,
Seattle Thunder.
You can't do that, especially the aggressiveness out of Infamous. You can't do that and get 2 penalties like that.
No, and Seattle Thunder is taking it right now. We got a commercial break, and we'll be right back.
Gorgeous day, gorgeous morning so far, as I'm hoping that the weather gods will be kind to us this year, and they really definitely set it up nice for us this event. It's crisp morning out here, and perfect paintball weather. Slightly breezy, not humid at all, so it doesn't affect the paint. There's not a cloud in the sky.
I was just going to look. There's not a cloud in the sky out here.
Yeah, so nice weather here for us in Dallas, Texas for the first PSP event of the season. Also, the event dates have come out. Go to pspevents.com, check out the season, and I'm really happy we're going to be at Rick Carver's OXCC Chesapeake City, man. That's such a great site to play that second event. It's going to be over Cinco de Mayo weekend. Also, if you're checking in from around the world, there's many different PSP affiliate leagues that you can play and get in the game at any level. We also have 10-man out here, and there's just so many different ways you can play this fun game. But right now we're watching the best teams in the world throwing down to find out who is going to be in the Champions Division and who's going to be in the Challengers Pro Division. 2 Pro Divisions after this event. These teams fighting it out right now to find out who that's going to be.
And you got the 3 players break out to the Dorito corner, the Dorito can, and the Temple One over here on the Snake side for Thunder. First game, Infamous doesn't go directly up the middle. Damian Ryan actually not in this point. You got number 11. That's AJ Trillett in Snake 1, or the Temple behind Snake 1 with Brad McCurley right next to him. AJ Trillett gets shot in the goggles, and he walks off the field. But Infamous still attacking heavy down that Dorito side. They got Nicky Cuba, Travis Lemansky, and Drew Templeton comes up into Dorito 3. I expect this to be a big year for Drew Templeton, Matty.
I think so, too. He's just always so close to being one of the preeminent guys. And he's such a competitor, and he really loves paintball, and he's really good, and he's very versatile. He's a great team player. He's a great guy to have on your squad. Here comes Nicky Cuba making a move to the 50-yard line, Dorito, and at least the time is ticked off. Those penalties for Thunder as they come out of the box, and right now you're looking at the eye of sky. That's Nicky Cuba up there.
Nicky actually he got caught sleeping. He's looking down the wire. Yeah, I didn't know that guy was in the corner over there.
Yeah,
and on your screen, Drew Templeton.
So let's see what Thunder is going to be able to do here now that they are back with 5 bodies alive. They are down by 3 right now, but because those points were so fast, there's still 16 minutes and 40 seconds left on the clock, which means that Thunder does have a lot of time to come back.
Yeah, spotted Infamous, couple quick points. Infamous got to be happy about that. You see Drew Templeton coming on the inside a little bit, dips into the 50 Dorito. Last year, out of necessity, really had to use Drew Templeton on the Snake side. But I've seen him so many times play so well on the Dorito side. I was really excited about him being a Dorito side player this year. And I really do think that it is going to help him, get his game going, a lot more to that higher level and really produce for this team. You got Brad McCurley right now coming down the Snake. All the bodies got shot out of the last player came out of that Snake side corner. Drew Templeton closes it out, and Brad McCurley's going to run that flag in.
Well, it's interesting because Infamous needed something like this. Infamous needed, they needed, I don't want to say like an easy win, but what they needed was just a piece of good luck to fall in their lap. Because they're forced to, they took all those hits in the offseason, did pick up AJ Trillett, but they lost their best guy from last year, which was Greg Sewers, I felt, over time. And it's rough for them, but this is big for them right now, as they're now up 4-0. Thunder, they're gonna have to get it together, and we're gonna be right back after this. All right, so we are back here. Other than play clean, what does Thunder need to do? We don't even really know, honestly. Like we can't even tell. We haven't even had a chance to see them really play. So I guess now we're really truly going to find out how does Thunder look so far, because after getting those 2 major penalties in the first point, we haven't been able even to ascertain any sort of information about how they really are going to play this year. All right, looks like we have Lauren Kelly, our 4th member of our broadcast team. She's down on the sidelines. Let's check it out.
Hey Maddie, watching this match down from the sidelines, and those double majors aren't the only issues that Thunder is having. Now that they have all their guys in, they're running out of pods extremely fast and are basically sitting on the field, picking up paint and just waiting to be shot. So it's not looking good for them, but we'll see if they can pull it out. That's all. Back to you.
Well, Thunder's 5 strong now, so let's see. We're going to find out right now what Thunder's got. They're down 4-0. It's a gut check time for them. And here they come, pretty aggressive breakout, taking the 30-yard line to read off the break. They do lose 88, Matt Olsvik, though. So Olsvik comes off, but Callie Rudolph gets shot for Infamous on this snake side. So no one over here on this snake side for Infamous, and now making moves Thunder on the snake side.
Yeah, you got Bobby Aviles in the Temple 1, and Damian Ryan in the stand-up can on the Dorito side, also shooting towards the snake side.
Another penalty thrown right there on Thunder. Minor penalty on that Dorito side of the field. That's your left side of the field. I think that penalty was actually on Jack Crimian, but I'm not really sure exactly, Maddie.
Now Jack Crimian.
That's number 42. Nico Perry. Nico Perry getting a minor penalty. Just pretty much putting the nail in the coffin. I mean, the nail was already in the coffin. This is 4-0, and it's going to be 5-0 now to Infamous. But
the game was over. Yeah, Thunder. Well, I mean, Thunder had 15 minutes, so they could come back. But that is, I don't know honestly if anyone's ever come back from a 5-0 deficit in recent memory. At least we could go back to the stats real quick and try to find out. But man, Thunder again just dropping the ball at that point. They've really got, this is gut check time for them, man. New season, they got new crew out there, Distilled. Not looking good. We're gonna be right back after this.
I've won everything there is to win. And finally, a cleat that can keep up. So now, it's time to shred.
Hey, it's Nick Slovak with Houston Heat. What makes the Virtue Spire the best loader in paintball? The Spire is smaller, lighter, holds more paint, easier to use, easier to take apart, easier to change back and forth from a lid to a speed feed, and most importantly, the thing never jams. Find out more at virtuespire.com.
Привет, это Кирилл Прихидный из Русского Легиона. Так что же делает Спайр лучшим фидером? Россия — это страна с очень сложными погодными условиями. У нас есть и дождь, и снег, и мороз. Так вот, Спайр — это единственный фидер, который продолжает подавать. Заходите на virtuespire.com и посмотрите все сами с вами.
So where it stands right now, 5-0. 15:02 on the clock, and Seattle Thunder is just have pretty kind of fallen apart here in this match.
Well, and she had mentioned earlier about pods. I mean, that's huge. If you can't go out there full up, I mean, that doesn't make any sense to me though. It's a professional paintball team.
Well, the tough thing is that Thunder's, the fact that they're here and competing at this level is awesome. And
absolutely,
and they don't have they're not as long. They haven't been around as long or have the organizational structure as some of the bigger teams. But they're still in there. They're in the fight. But it's gut check time for them. We got Lauren down the sidelines. What's up, Lauren?
Yeah, guys, we're down here in the Thunder Pit during this timeout. Corey Fields just held a team meeting to try to re-strategize to get at least a few points during this match. Sounds like they're going to be sending 3 down the Snake side, 1 down the D side. Corey Fields is going to be covering the D side, so we'll see if they can pull out at least a few points before this is over.
Yeah, well, that doesn't sound like a bad plan at all, and Corey Field is the leader. He's the whole reason Seattle Thunder exists, and he played very well last season. He was, their highest-ranked guy for, the entire season, and was able to pull some stuff out. And it's going to be up to him to right the ship, Todd.
Yeah, and Drew Templeton gets shot on the break going to Dorito 2, but big Chris Sosine goes out to that Dorito 1 on the break, and then gun battles his way all the way up to the 50 right away. Number 8, Scott Knight, walking off the field right now for Seattle Thunder. Nico Perry still in that box. I think, no, he came out of the box.
And Todd, check this out. You looking at Thunder is really trying to put pressure on the Snake side. Gun up down that side, gun up that way, but what that's going to do is potentially allow Infamous to come down that Dorito side because they're not getting a lot of pressure over there.
Yeah, Damian Ryan bumping up the field from that can into the first tall temple on the Dorito side to help back up Chris Sosine.
Yeah, and if you look, Todd, now Infamous, look at he's wrapping around this side, trying to get those shots down over this way, but also most importantly, he's going to be able to attack if he's not getting any pressure. But like Lauren had said, they're trying to push that Snake side, but they don't have anybody in the Snake right now. And here comes Damian Ryan on the run through, able to get, did he get one? Or did he air bunker somebody?
He air bunkered somebody. It was a great run though. It looked good.
Yeah, but he also opened up the field for Chris Sosine because the guns turned and Chris Sosine made a bump up to the next Dorito, and he shot out, I believe, number 19, Jack Cremian, and I think the corner possibly.
Corey Field's going to get it. So AJ Trillett takes down Corey Field, who, not surprisingly, is the last player left alive. That was a story often told in 2012.
And he's clutch. He pulled up. Remember that one tournament? I think it was
the
Galveston?
first event of the year. He was pulling off 2-on-1s, 3-on-1s against San Antonio X Factor.
That was amazing.
And he was the reason that they went into to Sunday. And then Thunder made Sunday their very first tournament, but they've struggled since then. So still need to get a little bit more aggression going, and it's just been all Los Angeles Infamous. We'll be right back.
While you are sitting at home, Texas Storm and Houston Heat are here in Dallas, wearing Raza.
Привет, это Кирилл Прихидный из Русского Легиона. Так что же делает Спайр лучшим фидером? Россия — это страна с очень сложными погодными условиями. У нас есть и дождь, и снег, и мороз. Так вот, Спайр — это единственный фидер, который продолжает подавать. Заходите на virtuespire.com и посмотрите все сами своими.
JT Splatmaster is here to get you in the game. Target up top. It accurately shoots up to 100 plus feet with awesome ammo that splats when it hits. And the JT Splatmaster has intense pump action.
Look at the play! Yeah! Did you crush my begonias?
JT Splatmaster. Get in the game. You can look for the JT Splatmaster in the sporting goods section at these fine retailers or at jtsplatmaster.com. For ages 9 and up. Must be 18 or older to purchase. Adult supervision required. JT Splatmaster and accessories sold separately. Optics goggles must be worn at all times.
Infamous is 1 point away from completely dominating Seattle Thunder in this matchup here. Score 6-0. Matty Marshall up here with Chris Soya and Todd Martinez. And wow, I expected Thunder to really have a better game than this.
Yeah, well, you know, those 2 major penalties in the first point
to
or
set
whatever,
the tone.
It didn't really. I mean, that takes the wins right out of your sails right away. And like you said, it set the tone for the game, and that's what happened.
But the game that we have coming up here, as this one's pretty much over, is 187 Crew and the Tauntauns again. So, you know, 187 Crew, this is going to be their first match of the year. They're very hungry. They came off a season where they proved that they could definitely beat some good teams and hang with everyone in the league, but they didn't win a lot of matches. And I think they're going to try to turn that around. And we've already seen CEP yesterday just completely destroy San Antonio X Factor in the most surprising turn of events that we've seen so far here. And 187 could very well do the same thing.
Yeah, and you have a new infamous player on the field down there, Luke Trotman, number 1, going to be heading up towards the Dorito side. Gets out to Dorito 1 right away. And, of course, Travis Lemansky shooting people on the break over here off the Snake side. That's number 1, Tommy Tucker, running off the field right now. Leaving just 4 bodies left alive. The Dorito corner, the stand-up can, the mini race on the inside of the Snake, and the mini race behind the Snake for Seattle Thunder. Brad McCurley, Kevin Rudolph over here on the Snake side for Infamous. Nicky Cuba in that stand-up can. On the Dorito side of the field, Luke Trotman.
Trotman takes one and
Brad McCurley
gets his first chance out there and eats one out of that bunker.
Brad McCurley also taking the walk and left side of your screen, taking the 50 Dorito on the top side of your screen.
Number 88, Matt Olsvik for Seattle Thunder. Gets shot out of that Snake side, I believe, by Nicky Cuba. So 2 bodies left alive. You got Stoddard and Cremian.
Now, with as much time as there is on the board, if you're Infamous, man, I would be kind of careful about playing those long points, because if the Thunder's going to give you an opportunity to take it. You know what I'm saying? If there's like 11 minutes left, I mean, that's enough time for somebody to come back. So you want to still be aggressively pushing. And if they do start coming back, even though if something's working, keep rolling with it until they stop it. I hate when I see that when teams start doing that. It's like, wow, you're just running the same play and it's working, and then you stop it for no reason other than you're trying to burn the clock off. Well, you probably could still keep doing that and run up the score even more.
Yeah.
Well, and you know, we seen it here happen last year with 187 Crew going up 5-0 on Moscow Red Legion, and Rush Legion came back and beat them.
That's true.
I mean, that was a disappointing loss for those guys last year, and that kind of, like I said, that's why they impressed me last year. They're really good at that, but the closing seems to need a little work.
Well, it's 2-on-2 right now. Jack Cremy and Andrew Stoddard left alive for Seattle Thunder, and for Los Angeles Infamous, it's Kevin Cali Rudolph and Nicky Cuba.
Yeah.
And
Corey Field is actually in the center of the field for Thunder. That's him. He backs up and goes back to the little mini race bunker.
Oh yeah, that is
There
Corey
goes
Field.
Seattle Thunder losing their 50 Dorito, but trades with Nicky Cuba.
Oh, and Cali Rudolph gets shot as well too. So there were actually 3 players left alive for Seattle Thunder, and Field's going to run that flag in. So finally, Seattle Thunder scores their first point of the year, and the score is going to be 1-6 with 9 minutes and 52 seconds left here in regulation. So the Tauntauns and 187 going to be throwing down here after this matchup, and we're going to be right back after these messages. Don't go. Looking in the Thunder, and that says it all.
Yep.
I don't even need to say anything. The giant, deep, mega breath And frustrated exhale from Matt Olsvik pretty much sums up the entire game for Thunder and all that paint that's on his jersey.
Yeah, but you know what? It's only one game. I mean, it's one game. You know, they got it. They can come back. You know, they just got to regroup a little bit.
Oh, of course, absolutely. I mean, they have 3 more matches. And we talk a lot about that, having that short-term memory. You do not want to get out there and obviously you want to learn your lessons. You learn the lessons, but don't let the frustration sink in. And that's really going to have to be something that Thunder's going to have to take off of this game.
You know, on your screen right there, you know, I really want to see these guys get into their point, you know, and get in the groove. Because that last point, they didn't look bad at all. You know, there goes Knight, number 8, actually taking the walk on the Seattle Thunder side. And number 11 right there, AJ Trillette, just doing some work. Look for him. He's going to get up the field here pretty quick. And number 19 also going down for...
So bodies
Seattle
dropping
Thunder.
all over the place for Seattle Thunder. Tommy Tucker, Jack Cremian walking off together. They're going to meet Scott Knight over there on the sidelines as Bobby Aviles starts attacking the middle of the field, comes up to the pin on the snake side, starts putting the pinch on Corey Field, number 23 over there in the corner, and here comes Nicky Cuba.
Ooh, and he doesn't even need to put it on him.
Yeah, now it's AJ Trillette from across the field shooting him from the snake. You know, good. I like seeing AJ out here. He's a really good, solid player, very consistent. You know.
Yeah, it's good to see him make the move up to Infamous.
Yeah.
And Infamous needs him.
Yeah.
They need bodies right now.
He came from Aftershock, the Aftershock crew.
Yeah.
He played with those guys for 2 or 3 years.
Well, and also there's that's a kind of a soft sore subject around those parts of the world.
Yeah.
Because Shock has lost a lot of good players over the years to teams like Houston Heat and Infamous, and so it's just one of those things. But that's Shock's burden. You know, Shock needs to get good enough that they can attract and keep the young talent, which they've done so well to build up over the years. All right, so it looks like Lauren is with Matt Olsevik. Let's check it out.
Hey, John here on the sidelines at Cousins Paintball with Matt Olsvik from Thunder. That was a tough game. You guys got 2 major penalties in that first point, which really screwed you up. What happened there?
We just lost it pretty much. I mean, Corey asked for a paint check, got a penalty. Jack got hit in the barrel, and then asked for a paint check, got hit in the
All right, so it looks like a little technical glitch there, but yeah, Matt Olsvik pretty much was summing it up right there. You know, you can obviously tell that they didn't agree with those penalty calls. If you're saying, well, he asked for paint check and it was a major penalty, and then he got hit on the tip of the barrel, and that's a major penalty too. So, but you hear that all the time from the players. That's just how. Who knows? I couldn't see it from here. So, anyway, that's it. Going to be over for that game. Infamous 7. Thunder able to score 1, and next up, man, can't wait to see this game as the 187 crew is going to be taking on the Tauntauns, and we're going to be right back. Don't go anywhere.